we're back. Okay, so during the editing of this video, I realized that my white balance was set to automatic for some reason. So my white balance was going all over the place. So you're gonna see some wacky colors. I've tried to edit it out as best as I can, and it's just one of those things that kind of can't be completely fixed. So I was gonna refilm it, but I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna refilm it. I'm just gonna put a little disclaimer in. So sorry about the wacky colors. Anyway, let's just get back on with the video. Okay, so this is gonna be the life update part of the video. Ollie is not in this part because he's being a bit of a whingy crab at the moment. But basically I've got so much to update you guys on because it's been like 2 or 3 months since I've actually sat down and spoken to you guys. So I'm gonna get straight into what is going on right now. Firstly, the biggest thing and like most of the reason as to why it's been so long is that I won't be in this house within 3 weeks time. Our lease expires on the 25th of November. We have to find a new place within 3 weeks, and every day I've basically been looking at houses, doing house inspections, and nothing really seems to tick every single box so far. It's really frustrating and scary because I'll find a house that I love and then I won't have fly screens, and then I worry about mozzies because here in Queensland in summer, mozzies are just, there's a lot of them. And then, you know, I would like it to have aircon and just all these things that I want the boxes to be ticked, and then I find a house that ticks every box and it goes in 2 seconds, and it's just like, it's just getting draining, especially going to all these house inspections and getting Ollie in and out of the car like 3 times a day, plus trying to fit in grocery shopping. Oh, which brings me to the next topic of life I need to discuss is my back. I've totally injured my back doing something in the last month or so. I just thought it was like PMS, having a sore lower back, but it's gotten so bad to the point where I can hardly bend over and pick Ollie up. I've got to bend my knees literally to pick up toys and anything because it's so bad, and I got shooting pain down like my thighs. It kind of reminds me of sciatica when I was pregnant, but obviously not pregnant. And I went to a chiropractor this week and he crunched my back in a few places and said that it looked like I had some things out, but since then, like, it's only gotten a bit better. Well, really, it's gotten a lot better, but I don't think it's because of the chiropractor. So we'll see how my back goes. But having a sore back makes it difficult to drive, difficult to carry Ollie, difficult to do the groceries, difficult to clean the house. We had a house inspection here yesterday because people have to come in to inspect this house to see if they want to rent this house. So, and like, I don't know if I remember talking about this when I was pregnant. When I was nesting, I was like a super clean freak, and like, I think when I'm just really anxious, I get super, like, everything needs to be clean, everything needs to be perfect. Like, I get very pedantic about that. But yes, hopefully that goes away soon. The next thing I want to tell you guys is that I am going back to work. Well, I'm not going back to a job as per se, but I am looking for a job at the moment because I feel like I'm at that, it's, you know, Ollie's 8 months old now, and I just feel ready to go back to work. I miss having a job, I miss feeling independent, and I miss being around adults all the time and having adult conversations. And I just miss, you know, bringing home money and feeling like I can support myself. So yeah, I really want to go back to work, something part-time. My mum is living with me now as well. It's another thing, so she will be able to look after Ollie when I have a couple of shifts a week, hopefully. I'm not looking for anything kind of, you know, really far away or anything serious, even if it's just retail, just something that's like, you know, probably around like 15 to 20 hours a week. The next thing is that I am still just kind of working out how to be happy. I'm trying to stay focused on being healthy, and just doing things for Ollie and myself, and that's all I'm caring about, is just me being happy and Ollie being happy, because when I'm happy, Ollie is a lot happier. I can sense that he's just not as cranky and not as whingy if I'm relaxed and happy myself. So I try to have a smoothie every morning. I try to go for walks. I haven't been going for walks as much lately because my back's been so bad, but I try to stay healthy in those kinds of senses. Cooking good meals and eating 3 times a day. So yeah, I'm trying to still do all that kind of stuff, and I do feel good. It's just my back's been getting me down a lot, and I have got a lot of family stuff going on with my parents and all that at the moment, which is a bit hectic. So yeah, I'm just a little bit stressed and I just haven't found the time to be able to come down here and film a video. This buffet behind you where I film has just been like covered in makeup for like a month because it's so hard to do my makeup upstairs in my bedroom and have Ollie, you know, he can't be on the bed now because he just would roll off. So I'm just, yeah, the house has been a pigsty and I haven't wanted to film when it's like disgusting, but yeah, since everything's clean now, I thought, you know what, it's time, I'm going to film. Anyway, so that brings us to the next part of the video, Oliver's 8-month update. Firstly, I want to start at the beginning and kind of like start from where I left off last time, but I just can't. He got his first tooth through about 4 days ago now, or 5 days ago. I can just feel it on the very bottom and it's like so exciting, except he is very restless, I guess, and I've given him Panadol a couple of times to see if that would help, but nothing really seems to help, although I think yesterday he slept through the night pretty well. It might be settling down now. So yes, he's got a tooth at 8 months. The next thing is that he does say dada and mama now, or mum, and he said dada first. I can't remember if I said this in the 5-month update. I don't think he said it then. It was around 6 months, I think. I may have said it in a vlog. Yeah, I think I said it in a vlog. But he definitely says dada and mama now. It took him a little bit longer to say mama frequently, but now he's saying it all the time, which I love. My heart just, whenever he says it, I'm just like, yes, my child. He's very strong in his movements now. He can support himself, like standing up, holding on to something. I just sort of, you know, I'm there in case he falls over, but he hasn't pulled himself up to something yet, but he can definitely stand, and he gets very excited when he's standing. I think he likes feeling tall. The next thing is solids. I haven't spoken about solids yet, I don't believe, because we tried rice cereal when he was about 5-6 months-ish, around that time, and he didn't really show any interest to it. He kind of just like, it all just kind of came out, and yeah, he didn't really show much interest to that. But around 7 months, he has taken a big interest to food. We feed him pureed fruits and pureed vegetables, and like the fruits were first just I think the brand is Rafferty's Garden, the ones that I buy from Coles. They're about $1.65 a pouch, but it has like a mixture of like 1 or 2 or 3 fruits and nothing else. So there's no added sugars, no preservatives. It's just the actual fruits being pureed, and they can stay in the fridge for like 48 hours once they're opened. So when he was starting out with foods and he wasn't eating a lot sort of at a time, 1 pouch would probably last the whole 2 days, but now he eats a pouch in the morning and a pouch at night. So I try to give him a fruit pouch in the morning and a veggie pouch at night. He's also been eating, he's got this little contraption thing. It's like, he holds onto it and it's got some netting, and you put fruit in there, and that way he can suck on the fruit but doesn't get a big lump to choke on. And I put banana in, I put watermelon in that, and he loves it. Gets super messy, but what can you do? He's an 8-month-old. And also I bought the other day some banana cereal, and it's just banana flavored, kind of like porridge. So yeah, he loves that in the mornings now. And I'll give him, you know, if he's a bit whingy or something, I'll give him some banana in that thing. Or I bought some little crispy puffs in a packet to see what he'd be like with those, and he likes them. He's a bit funny with them at first, but he does like them. So, you know, he's eating very, very well, and his legs are very, very chunky, as you probably saw in the intro to this. He is a big boy compared to what he was a few months ago. He is in fact so big that the onesie he's wearing today is a size 1, and that is size 12 to 18 months. He's 8 months, so he's a big boy. Because he was, I would have told you guys, he was in the 97th percentile for length when he was a newborn. It was very, very long. So I think it's just because he's so long. And so yes, we have completely stopped breastfeeding now. We've been on formula just for the last few months, or the last couple of months I should say, and he is on S26 Original Progress, but he has 1 bottle through the whole night now. So he can go to bed at like 7:30 or 8, and then he won't have a feed until around 4:30, 5:30, which is really good. He does wake up though, just a bit of a like restless kind of wake up. He might bump into the cot, and I just go in there, stick the dummy in, and he's actually pretty good during the nights now, so That's awesome. He is napping the same, I believe, as he was at 5 months. So 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. The morning one is usually, depending on what time he wakes up, it's usually around 9 or 10 o'clock, and that's usually for 1 to 2 hours. And the afternoon is usually around anywhere between 2 to 4. I try to make him not nap too early in the day so that he doesn't need to have another nap at around 6 and then he's like wide awake at like 9 o'clock at night. His bedtime, I try to get him to bed every night between 7:30 and 8 o'clock now. So yeah, some nights if we're doing things late on a weekend it might be more like 8:39, but I'm not too worried about that because when he does go to bed later he wakes up later. So yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. But my bedtime now too is literally like 9:30. I think I'm really starting to realize that I feel better once I've had enough sleep. I might actually go see what he's up to now and bring him on camera so you guys can see him. He's back. Wow, what a happy boy we have today. So what else do I have to say? So we have upgraded his car seat. He's no longer in the capsule anymore. He's in a proper car seat that you can't take out of the car. He has separation anxiety, I think. I'm not sure. But I know Reese and I have a really good relationship at the moment, which is really, really good, especially for Ollie. So Reese actually has Ollie. He tries to have him 2 nights a week, 1 weekend night and 1 weeknight. Which is really, really good. And every time that Reese comes and gets Ollie, he is like, Ollie gets really excited to see him. So he definitely knows who he is, definitely knows who I am, and he's very, very alert. So yeah, he's not crawling yet. The last thing I've got to say is he's not crawling yet. He is army crawling everywhere, loves babbling and loves being excited, and he knows how to clap his hands. Don't you? Gonna clap your hands? Clap your hands, clap your hands. Well, we're still, it's a work in progress. We're teaching him, but yeah. So, chunky, chunky legs, little tiny feet, but chunky legs. Boo. And we like to laugh, don't we? Boo. Say bye.